right?
The topic of our panel discussion is the future of the media. So we have gathered here the stakeholders of different media organizations, which represent different scenarios for what can happen in the future. Well, at the very beginning, will the news be personalized and or done for everyone, like at the very moment?
Is that a question for me?
Okay, well, I'm representing the idea of a handful of apples. And, well, as this idea should, as a representative of this idea, I'm saying that the news is for everybody. So news is something powerful, more powerful than political parties and other organizations. So let's say Google, which is used by millions of people, is more powerful than a political party. So news has more power in this society.
Do you think that that is a good thing, that Google and Apple have more power than the government?
Well, it's a very democratic thing.
Okay.
So we write for
But do you think
people.
that it is a good thing or a bad thing that they're gaining more power?
I think it is a good thing because it has that true democratic character. It can be done by people, for people. It can be done by agencies, for other agencies, for people, and for the government itself.
Do you think that it has some bad sides?
Such as maybe the orientation of the people, maybe if you don't have journalists that will help them orient in that variety of information.
Well,
In that
there
sense.
would certainly be hired some kind of professional journalists who would how should I say, use the resources, resources as information to give the people a right to know and people to write what they think. I mean, professional journalists are some kind of a guideline for other people who want also to write.
So your opinion is democratic, but you stand for professional journalists also.
Well, yes, because professional journalists should maintain that standard, and other people can be included very democratically.
Okay. And what the other participants think?
My perspective on the new trend in media is that thanks to the technological revolution, a strong do-it-yourself mentality would become the key to success. And this is somehow the most similar to the concept of the citizen journalism, because we all have, read it. We are all witnesses of the importance of the citizen journalism and how fast citizen journalism took a big part and important role in everyday reporting. And I think that the big companies such as Apple, Fox, and Facebook are going to be diminished because they were not, seriously enough about their user privacy. So my perspective is that the journalists are going to be, just information gatherers, and the community managers, and also one of the great things is that the government is going to be pushed back into a facilitating role.
So what do you have to say about the economy and the money for the news? How is that going to influence your point of view?
Well, that would not, influence, because all the big companies will disappear and would not have, the big influence. So
And what will be the interest for media workers to gather that information if they don't work for money?
Yes, is it going to be goodwill of citizen journalists?
no, it will be the good of whole society, So because
it's an altruistic point of view.
Maybe it's altruistic and utopian, I don't know. But, in my point of view, that means that the citizens now are aware enough to choose, to choose what they want to read, to hear about, to watch, and etc. So that would mean that we are on the good way,
Do you
that
think
we
that-
now don't have anyone who kind of, who is manipulating with us, and that we now are aware of everything what is around us.
Do you think it can really happen?
Well, I do think, because now really, that startups, companies, are growing and growing and growing, and there are so many, numbers of them. So it is possible. It is really possible, and I would be really happy if this happened. But I also, in my humble opinion, but this is my opinion, without this wisdom of the crowd, that if the journalists really has a big importance, because they should stay in some way. Maybe they can be, the I don't know, at the center of that pyramid, that startups, companies, I don't know, so they ethical, reporting standards,
They can
etc.
control that.
Yes, they can control all that.
Do you think it can happen in Serbia also, or just in big countries such as UK and America?
Well, I would like that, happen in Serbia too, so we will see. No one knows what comes tomorrow.
Okay. Milica?
I have the Shire. I can say that the government has disappeared, that the social networks have the primate. The focus is on regional and local news. Professional journalists and citizens are focused on news that they care about. And we can say that,
The news is personalized to a certain degree.
yes.
Okay. And who will be responsible for the news dissemination? Are there some media organizations or citizen journalists?
Well, media organizations and citizen journalists too, because professional journalists must control citizens, and citizens also control professional journalists. So I have to say that internet is very present in the Shire. So because of cybercriminal, we have to control it, and we have to use it in a right way.
And what will be the mechanism of control on the internet? Will that be like controlling what news go to the
Well,
internet?
probably laws, because we have to make sure that professional journalists and citizen journalists do not post information that they are not sure that they are true. So they have to be checked.
And can you control citizen journalists to that degree that there is only objective information and true information on the internet?
Well, I think that is possible. If we somehow we have to create a mechanism that will check everything that is posted on the internet. Some kind of organization or something like that will do that job, and that will be.
But you're again speaking about a kind of organization that needs to earn people's and public's trust so that they can feel that the news is true and checked, right?
Yes, that will be. The state should take care of it, I think.
Again, you're saying that the government should take care of it.
Yes, but that should be an independent body.
And who will be the member of that body? Will it be a professional journalist?
I think that citizens should choose them, but government should put the laws that they cannot be made. So.
Thank you. What about your point of view?
Well, because of the discoveries of wide variations in the ways in which the news can be delivered, the institutions have to regain the trust of their audiences. They become more adaptive, efficient, and they experiment with business models.
Well, are the news personalized because they have to adapt to their audience?
Well, they are definitely more transparent and more accessible. They coexist in a relatively peaceful environment, but not all of them manage to succeed in that.
And what will be the topics in that future? Will there be global, national, local?
Well, they
Will they make news for a wider audience, or will they?
yes, they will, because the public is very strict. They want the agencies to continue to prove themselves, and they set very high standards for them.
And will the traditional media organizations survive in such society?
Not all of them will, because some agencies are acting too slowly.
And is there going to exist citizen journalism in that case?
I don't know what to say.
Okay, do you think that this kind of news can influence people in that manner, that they change their opinions, behavior, and things like that?
Well,
Are they influential enough, this kind of news? that
no,
you're
I actually
proposing?
believe that it's the opposite way.
It's the
The citizens are influencing the media and the institutions to keep improving.
Do you think that this is a good point of view, because information and news are, I don't know, invented so that people could change their behavior in accordance with them?
Well, I think that the agencies and the journalists are there to provide news to the public, so the public has more of a say.
For the end, we are not sure which, or are we sure?
We are not. We have
We're not sure which point of view will happen in the future.
arguments for all of them.
Yes, there are pros and cons for all four of these sides, which are speakers well said, and we will let the future see and
Let the future, tell for herself.
yes. We hope that the future of journalism is in good hands in each case.
That there is a future of journalism.
So there is a future in journalism.
Thank you for your attention.